Hello IELTS students and welcome to another video of IELTS with Coach Brad. I am of course Coach Brad and today we are looking again at writing task 1. This time we are looking at the question type where you need to describe a map. Have a look at the example which I have provided. That is a very normal question type you can expect. 2 maps. They look very different although they are of the same place. You need to describe everything that changed as well as, well, everything that is also the same on both maps. With this question type, it is not the one you get the most in the IELTS test, but you still need to prepare for it. There are only a few techniques you need to learn, so if you can master those techniques and a limited amount of vocabulary, then I think you can get a really good score. But if you go into the test and you have not practiced maps, you'll probably get quite a low score. So a little bit of practice 3 or 4 times will make a huge difference. Anyway, let's begin. When writing the introduction, there are just a few things you need to include. Of course, what the map is of. I have provided another map here. This one is of Wilson Island, and you can see that in 1981, it looked very different than it does today. You need to put the dates, also, of course, the number of maps. In this example, there are just 2, and you might want to put the most general changes that you can see. I have said that Wilson Island has become commercialized for tourism, but of course it affected the natural environment. Something like that, very general, not just focusing on one feature. The easiest way to write what features are on a map is using there is, there are for present tense, and there was, there were, or there used to be for past tense. My example, there used to be a lot more trees, but now there are only a few trees. There was a turtle research center, but now there is a pub. Something like that. If you do get a map which has the future, there is going to be, you can use both of those options. Some more options, something can be seen on the map. In this case, I have said a pub. Something is located on the map. Banana boat tickets are located next to the lake, and something can be found on the map. In this case, landfill can be found towards the bottom of the map. You will also need to know some verbs to show changes to the island. In particular, things that are added, things that are removed, things which have changed into something else. Maybe they got bigger or maybe they are being used for a different reason. And sometimes there is no change at all. I won't go through all of this vocabulary. You can pause the video if you need to look at it, but don't go into the test without knowing 3 or 4 different words to show verbs for those types of changes. You will also need to be able to describe the location of objects on the map. The safest way is to use to. The Turtle Research Center is to the east of the lake. The hotel is to the north of the island. If you want to use in or at, there are more limited options, but you will need them for some situations. The lake is in the center of the map, and the man-made beach is at the top of the map. Also remember to use directions, north, south, east, and west, and also distances. As you can see, 100, 200, 300, 400 meters, the scale down the bottom of the map. Okay, now things get a little bit more difficult. Passive voice to describe changes. If you're not confident doing this, I suggest you practice as much as you can. It will be the difference between a high score and a low score. It's not so difficult. You just need to make sure that you look at the dates. If you have two maps in the past, you need to use past simple passive. If you have one map in the past and one map in the present, you need to use present perfect passive. And if you have one map in the present and one map in the future, you need to use future simple passive. Just an example of past simple passive. A new shopping mall was built, not on this map, but I just wanted to use it for an example. For present perfect passive, a new shopping mall has been built, and for future simple passive, a new shopping mall is going to be built, or a new shopping mall will be built. So that is the end of the video today. I have included a sample for you to look at, and just remember, practice, practice, practice. I'll see you next time.